Hi there guys, I hope you have had a good day. Now, Bob Arum has explained that Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is done. The deal is sorted and they are all set with that. It is a 50-50 deal and he said let the two guys have their fights in December, they both win, and he thinks that within 3 hours they can finalise any details that are outstanding. And he even said it's not rocket science. So this fight is agreed. 50-50 in the first fight, and we were previously told that it would be 60-40 in the rematch, favouring the winner. So provided Anthony Joshua beats Pulev and provided Tyson Fury beats one of the 5 opponents that are being laid out for him, which will either be Efe Ajagba, Oscar Rivas, Ajit Kabayel, Charles Martin, or Michael Hunter. Those are the opponents that are being laid out for Tyson Fury on December 5th. So it will be one of those opponents, and provided Tyson Fury beats that opponent that he has put in there with on December 5th, this fight will happen next year. Now, Bob Arum did previously explain that the fight will likely happen between April and May, whereas Anthony Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn said the fight will happen in June or July, or at least that is when he said Anthony Joshua will next fight after Pulev. So it's between April and July essentially, with the rematch probably in December, maybe November. I would imagine December though. So this fight, bar a few minor details, is done, set. Bob Arum has confirmed it, that they are all set with this deal, 50-50 deal, and let the two guys fight in December. Then their fights will happen between the two of them. I don't know what they are going to do with regards to mandatories, but at the moment, that is not important. What is important is Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. I think we were all confident that this fight was eventually going to happen. I mean, I think that we were all tentative about Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder because there was always something getting in the way. Maybe someone didn't want it, but ultimately that fight was never going to happen, judging by the negotiations, the back and forth, the teams not getting along. I mean, ultimately, that fight was just out of the question, but Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua had a different tone to it, a more positive tone, and Anthony Joshua wanted it, Tyson Fury wanted it, and provided they still keep winning, they can have this fight next year. And that is the important thing, because at some point mandatories will get in the way. As I've said, I don't know what they are going to do with Alexander Usyk and the WBO. Maybe there's an exception that can be had. Maybe they go to Usyk and say that we're going to fight for the WBO world title, then vacate straight after, so he can fight in a vacant world title fight against Daniel Dubois. And of course, that is provided he even beats Derek Chisora, because Usyk has a tough fight coming up against Chisora. So ultimately, nothing is guaranteed at the moment. Not even in this fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. The deal is done, financials agreed, which is the biggest stumbling block, but still, they both have fights to come through first. Now, if we take from Tyson Fury's list, he has 5 fighters that he could get in there with next. Now, I think eliminate Michael Hunter, eliminate Oscar Rivas, maybe Ajit Kabayel, but I think it will be between Efe Ajagba, Charles Martin, and Kabayel. I think Kabayel was probably the favourite to get the fight. But the thing is, what I'm thinking is, does Tyson Fury want to go in there with a small opponent when he's going to be facing Anthony Joshua next? I mean, I think Kabayel is around 6'3" or 6'4". Oscar Rivas is under 6 foot. Michael Hunter, around 6'1". Charles Martin, 6'5". Efe Ajagba, like 6'5" or 6'6". Very tall guy as well. So he's going to be fighting someone who's a bit taller as opposed to a smaller guy, because if he's fighting Anthony Joshua next, after this one, he's not going to want to have just fought a smaller guy. Now, in my opinion, I believe it will be Ajit Kabayel. That seems like the most possible fight, although he is not as tall as Anthony Joshua, but he's not a short guy either. I think that the taller guys, Efe Ajagba, Charles Martin, they would be better in preparation for Anthony Joshua, and I think that the Ajagba fight would be quite interesting. Please not Charles Martin. I really hope it's not that one. I know he's ranked number 2 or whatever by the IBF, but ultimately this is the WBC. And Charles Martin, yeah, he's in the WBC rankings, but he's been smashed by Joshua in 2 rounds. And I know that was a while ago, but ultimately, does Tyson Fury really need to go in there with Charles Martin, then go into an Anthony Joshua fight? Having just come off of a fight against someone who Anthony Joshua beat in his 16th fight. So ultimately, I'd say put Charles Martin aside, it won't be him. I don't think it will be Michael Hunter, definitely not. Oscar Rivas, I was hoping it was going to be him because I thought that would be a very good fight, a proper clash of styles where the bigger man fights the smaller man, extremely smaller, because I think that he's under 6 foot. So ultimately, that would have been a good fight. But I don't see it happening if he's fighting Anthony Joshua next. If that is definitely confirmed, which it has been, I mean, Bob Arum has explained, the deal is there, it's done, it's sorted, all is agreed. They just need to finalise a few things after their next respected fights. Then the fight is happening next. It's on after their next fights between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. So ultimately, it's going to be a taller opponent. So take away Michael Hunter, take away Oscar Rivas. I mean, Ajay Caballero, as I said, he is the front runner at the moment. And I think that Efe Ajagba and Charles Martin are just behind him. I think the Ajagba fight probably is the best one for Tyson Fury because he's a taller opponent, similar height to Anthony Joshua. He's unproven, yes, but who on that list isn't that he's going to fight? Because as I said, it's not going to be Michael Hunter because he's small and it's a risky fight really because Michael Hunter is a very, very good fighter. So it won't be Michael Hunter in my opinion. Oscar Rivas is off the table also. And I mean, we're left with the tall guys. So why not Efe Ajagba? I mean, he hasn't proven himself nowhere near the level of Tyson Fury, but if he gets a WBC world title shot, I'd be hard pressed to say that he'd turn that down. And what is great about this also is Tyson Fury is no longer fighting Deontay Wilder, apparently. The contract expired. That is what Bob Arum has now reconfirmed, even though we were told it expired. Then we were told by Shelley Finkel it hadn't. There was a lot of back and forth, but apparently, according to Bob Arum, that contract has expired. I mean, we can believe what we want at this point. Apparently it's expired, so he's not fighting Deontay Wilder next. He's coming back to the UK December 5th to fight one of those 5 opponents. Anthony Joshua is fighting just a week after, December 12th, against Kubrat Pulev. So they will both fight within a week of one another and in the UK. Then they will fight one another. I mean, that's just brilliant. It was made to happen. I think that Tyson Fury could even be at Anthony Joshua's fight. Obviously, AJ won't be at Tyson Fury's because he's fighting after and will be in training camp. So I think that Fury could possibly be at Anthony Joshua's fight. Then they could have a face-off in the ring after Anthony Joshua beats Pulev, provided he does. Wouldn't that be incredible? It really does seem like things are finally coming together for an undisputed fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Finally, we get to see who is number one. And put all of that aside, the belts as well, the money involved, all of that, the hype, put it aside. Just what a fight. And it just got a whole lot closer because everything has been agreed. Financials, the biggest stumbling block, agreed. All of it has been sorted out. A few minor details need to be sorted just after their next fights. Then it's on. This undisputed fight goes ahead in 2021. Likely a 2-fight deal, 50-50 in the first one, 60-40 favouring the winner in the second one. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.